Hello everyone, I am Kulwant Rehal and I come to you with the second essay in the series which I am planning to share with you. This is Mindful Manifesto is a Catalyst to a Tranquil Self. Right? So I have written this essay and again, like I discussed the earlier one, I am going to discuss this one. Now, the first paragraph which we have to write should convey to the examiner that we have understood the topic. That remains the same, no matter what the topic is. So, here we should look at the keywords, right? So, here we have basically manifesto, catalyst, and self. These are the three words which are most important, right? So, it is of course in one statement, but I have written here so that it will be easy for me to explain to you. So, manifesto. When do we come across the word manifesto? Normally during elections, right? So, they are a set of promises which are made public and on the basis of which the party asks for votes that we will commit this, right? So, this is what is a manifesto. But here we are talking about the self also. Secondly, they talk about the self. Self, we, the individual, right? So how is it that this manifesto is going to affect the self? So probably this manifesto is more than just a political party manifesto. It is a commitment which you have made to yourself. Now that commitment has to be mindful, well thought of. And only then it will come to a tranquil self. What is tranquil? Peaceful, at peace with yourself, relaxed, not disturbed. You are satisfied with yourself, that is a tranquil self. So in the first paragraph, you can start wherever. Yes, we are missing out one more word, very important word, the catalyst. Now, what is a catalyst? In chemistry, we have learned that there is a reaction and something that quickens the reaction is a catalyst. So there is obviously a connection between mindful manifesto and tranquil self. That is why they are put together. And this is a catalyst means if you have a mindful manifesto, you will quickly be a tranquil self. We can derive that from this. Now, having said this, let us come to how you will approach the essay, this understanding. Now, you have understood in your mind. Now, before we proceed, we have to think. It is always important for an essay first to come, describe and come what is going to be the structure of the essay. Fine, first paragraph we have that we are going to tell the meaning. We've understood that. How are we going to proceed? The biggest struggle students face are, ma'am, how do we start? So starting keywords, explaining them. How do we proceed? Now here you can proceed in whichever way you want, but that structure has to come to you and you have to be clear in the way you're going to proceed. Very clear that this is now, even in the first paragraph, let me tell you, let's go by para. First paragraph, you can start anywhere. You can explain anywhere, any word you want. You want to start with manifesto? You can explain with manifesto. You can put this first, you can put this second and this third. But well, I would like to be different. What is the goal? Tranquil self. You can start with the tranquil self. For example, it is an aim or a desire of everybody to be at peace with themselves. That is the purpose of life, to achieve a higher self, to be tranquil, not to be disturbed by the surrounding. So you can start with tranquil self. So what will make us tranquil self? According to the statement, is a mindful manifesto. Manifesto is a set of promises. So we promise certain things in a very thought of way, so that, and if we have done that, it will be very quickly we will be able to achieve our tranquil self, our goal of tranquility. So this is one way of doing it. So where I started the tranquil cell. Or you can start it simple. A catalyst is something that is the main element which fastens the reaction. The purpose of life is to achieve a peaceful demeanor or be at peace with ourselves. So to be at peace, one must have a mindful manifesto because that will act as a catalyst. A second way of approaching it. Right? First I said with catalyst, tranquil cell and mindful manifesto. Mindful manifesto, straight away one, right? Mindful manifesto is one when you have thought of your promises, your commitments, and that once you have done that, half your work is done, and you can that will be the main reason why you can quickly achieve be at peace with yourself. Whichever way you do, I've given you 3 options, you can choose any one option. I hope I'm clear up till here. So that could be your first paragraph. Now, after the first paragraph, we have to proceed and say whichever way you want to. You want to start with mindful manifesto? Say that. So let us take one beginning. Let us say mindful manifesto. Right? If you want to change something else, paragraphs go up and down. That is all. Now, all paragraphs are compartments of the topic. Whatever you have thought of, your connection has to come there. And then from there, and in the end, you conclude it. So it does not matter what you take first. Now, supposing I take mindful manifesto. So manifesto is important. It is important if I have decided something, I tell. So what happens when I tell? I announce to the world. So if I take about the manifesto here, I announce to the world. It is announcing to the world, announcing. So when you have told the world what will happen, you will make sure that you do it. There's no going back. You want to be a word. What is a word? It is, you can use this for integrity. This is integrity. You want to come across as a man of integrity. So if you say something, you want to commit it. So before making any manifesto, it should be mindful. Now what does mindful mean? Mindful means apply your mind. Apply your means logic. Logic means full analysis. So how will you make it mindful? Now mindful will be, you will do all your analysis. What is this? Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. So what are my strengths? What am I able to do it? You should know that. Weakness, which is the area I'm not good at. Either I work more on that or I avoid doing that. So this is the weakness. Opportunity, when is the right time to go? For example, now during COVID, everybody can find opportunity in anything. During COVID, for example, everybody went online. Right? Those who were already online, they of course did better, but others went online. So that was an opportunity that came. In spite of all the unfortunate things that happened, that was one opportunity that came. Even I have taken up this opportunity, and that's why I'm here with you. Right? And then threat. What goes wrong? So you have to be careful. Any regulations, any restrictions. So you should be careful to follow the law, be within your confines. So this is what you must do. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats you have to do. And then also with that, you must have your SMRs ready. What are SMR? Specific measurable results. So any progress which is to be made, it has to be measurable. If I say, for example, I will get very rich next year, will I be able to measure that? No. If I say if the government says we will remove poverty, will it be able to remove that? My dear children, remember, we are going to become IAS officers. We are all aspiring officers. You all are students who are watching this. So you have to think big. So think from that point of view. Your essay should convey that level. Not only small manifestos, which will be the personal level. At personal levels, I could have a manifesto of losing weight, which I have. And I always tell I will lose weight, and I don't come to my integrity. And it's okay. It's no big deal. Nobody is affected. But in the office you all are going to be, you all are going to be big officers. So you will have to have specific measurable results. So what the government will say, 20% of this 20% increase as far as employment opportunities are concerned. So they are percentages. So when there are percentages against a base year, then what happens is that they're easily measurable. Normally they take a base year so that it is not offset by any calamity or otherwise, whatever it be, they take specific measurable results. So it is very important to have all SMRs. So these way. Got that? So when you talk about manifesto, talk maybe individual level, and as you grow, as you become an important public figure, then in that case, you will have to have more, you are more responsible, and then the people will be affected. So you have to be very careful. That is why the manifestos have to be very well thought of. If I say, like for example, when I said we'll remove poverty, then that is like being, or I will wear Kohinoor on my brooch. So that is what I'm being a Sheikh Chili. Like, or they say they build castles in the air. So those things are not meaningful. If I have such a goal, either I will not take it seriously or I'll be very, very unhappy that I've not been able to achieve it. So both way, I will not get my tranquil self, I will not be able to reach my tranquil self, which is of course the goal and monopost of the way of thinking of we, the clan of India or the mythology. Our purpose of life is normally to get a self-realization, to be at peace with ourselves. Right. So this is about manifesto. You can talk about that. This could take about 2 paragraphs talking about it. Talk what is mindful, and talk in the second paragraph what is not mindful. So absolute clarity is there. And also how the manifesto becomes more important when you are in a public figure. So it is almost like second paragraph, third paragraph, and almost the fourth paragraph which is related will be all about the manifesto. What is manifesto? What is not a good manifesto? And any precautions that have to be taken, any precautions that have to be taken here. Fine. So you've covered almost 1/3 of the essay. So one broad division has to happen there. 1000 words, so 350 words you should have done by now. Right? Then we talk about the catalyst. Then we talk about the tranquil self. Now, what is a tranquil self? We talked about it earlier. So talk further. Especially it is very important for you all to be real and to be in the current scenario. So as far as these things have to come across, that you are an alert person, you can reason and bring a logical conclusion. So in the recent scenario where everything was online, there are many who looked at opportunities and started online classes on getting peaceful. Whether it was online yoga, whether it was the Mindful Valley and such programs, Headspace, which talk to you about meditation and better diet, sattvic diet. So all these came across to you, or even building a good personality, getting over your all fears, not to get into that, working on relationships. Counseling has become very important. We were with our family and things were different then. And many of us who wouldn't have gone out to learn are learning here. So opportunity for those who were at home and wanted to learn and could not go because of the high cost when you attend an offline class, they could learn at home. And yes, and people like me who did not have a big, who were retired and did not have a place to speak outside and be a teacher, decided that online is going to be a way, and we started talking and started taking online classes like this. Right? So, and all this why? To tranquil self. This of course will be for you all, but then this is not an example of a tranquil self, but then what I'm saying is, it is a self-achievement for me. For me, it is going to get tranquility. I am at peace that I am doing. I have done certain things and I can reach out to the world. So for me, it is a matter of being tranquil with myself. It might get business, it might not get business. But then I am feeling that I am contributing to society and that makes me feel good. Otherwise, I was beginning to feel retired teacher. So I thought of doing the essays and coming out of the world. So this is my tranquility. So everybody will have their tranquility. And everything is right. Nothing is wrong. Whichever way. Stand-up comedians are doing so well. They wanted to reach out. So this is one way to reach out to people. This is your online method. Everybody is reaching out. So whichever way, tranquil self. When you think of tranquility, which pictures come to your mind? Buddha, Mahavir, other saints? Well, now when I'm talking about tranquility again here, we have to see that it is not only the outside demeanor. Now you explain what is tranquility. See, but in the world that we are living in, it is not possible to be like that. We will have to have show our emotions, and tranquility is not to be equated with behavior. So explain this. For example, if I'm a salesman, I might have to speak very high about my product. Well, it is like this, maybe I conceal certain things. Okay, and it's done. So, or they will not say, right, about certain things. Or if I'm a contractor and I have to get a building erected, I might have to shout at the labor. As a principal, I had to be strict with the teachers at times. क्योंकि मैं बोलती होती हूँ कि अगर शेर काटेगा नहीं और सांप काटेगा नहीं तो डरेगा कौन? डरेगा नहीं तो काम नहीं करेगा. So that is how it is. So we have to have that behavior. Okay, come to your home ground. If your mother shouts, mother sees you doing something wrong, mother sees us, why you all don't do anything wrong. बच्चे गलत करते हैं. तो बच्चे ने चोरी की, कुछ किया, तो माँ डांटेगी, शायद थप्पड़ भी लगाए, है ना? जोर से मारेगी में. She might look very ferocious, but then क्या है? She is at peace that she has raised a good child. The purpose was to raise a good child. Her manifesto is to raise a good child. उसके लिए उसने गुस्सा किया, हाँ किया, ठीक है, पर अंदर से उसको तसल्ली है. So we are talking about that अंदर से. This self is for the inner self. No matter how we behave at times, inside we should be cool, because that is the thing also to remain healthy. Tranquil self, healthy. And your full potential you will be able to work and achieve only if you are tranquil. And that is the purpose of religion. Also, if those who go for religion, to be at peace with themselves. Right? So, tranquility, you can talk about behavior, give few examples of behavior like I gave you. You can also say for tranquility. In fact, our entire, I think Hinduism and most of our religions are in search of truth, search of being tranquil. शांति की तलाश में जाते हैं, राइट? शांति की तलाश में पहाड़ों पे बैठते थे, सब जगह बैठते थे, पर हम बोलते हैं ट्रैंक्विलिटी अंदर से आएगी. And that is the purpose, because if we are tranquil, we will be living, I already told you, healthy lives. Be at peace, and everybody wants to be around you. You will be a good social person if you are tranquil. And जब गुस्सा आ जाए, ये आ जाए, वो आ जाए, nobody wants to be with you, यार. You cannot be very, so behavior, it cannot be impulsive. Impulsive? नहीं होना है. Tranquility is not equal to behavior, and behavior should not be impulsive. Even if you are angry, your behavior can be angry, but inside you should be calm. That is the type of tranquility we are looking at. Right? So you explain tranquility with few examples, so we would have come to 700, 800 words. Right? After that, you can say how, because you have thought well, you can achieve this. If you have not still completed your words, then you can say, if we have not been mindful and we have not evaluated, because well planned is half done. It is well begun is half done, but then I would also say well planned is half done. So if your planning is good and then your execution happens, then you will reach your satisfaction very fast. You must use the word fast. You can use synonyms like that. Fast, quickly, so they can understand, you know the meaning of catalyst. It is quickly, without waste of time. So I hope I've made myself clear regarding this topic and you've understood this topic. I wish you all the best, and I would welcome you to write that. Practice, as I again want to reiterate, this essay should be your own essay. You can get points from here and there, and nothing like practice makes a man perfect. So you have to practice your essay, and if there is something, you can comment in the comment box. I'll be very happy to get back to you and answer your comment there. If you like, I will not say like and subscribe. If you like it, you will do it anyway. Okay, all the best. God bless.